Wow, that was something to behold. It's a new opening for us, guys. That's a
Smoke.
new freaking opening. Wow, it's incredible. I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as we enjoyed making it. It took us how long, Tracy? It took us 16 weeks and 5,800 Legos, I think, to make the brick opening on that scene. That's
Yeah,
all animated, by the way.
and lots of me yelling from stepping on the animated Legos.
Yes, yeah, yeah. But we got it done, so that's the important part. Uh-oh, Mom and Dad are already here. Say hello to my mom and dad, everybody.
I'm
Hi,
on
Mom
my
and
dad.
Dad.
And also, if I may say, a future upcoming happy birthday on Thursday to you, Mrs. McKinney.
Oh, there we go. See, yeah, mom's birthday's coming up. It's coming up fast. It's coming up quick. Yeah, happy early birthday, Mom. Actor Justin Andrews has just popped on. Hello, actor Justin Andrews.
What's up, Justin?
I'm writer Donald McKenney. That's insurance salesman Kevin Green. And down below us is travel agent Chris Turner. And over here is just Tracy. We don't know what she does.
Tracy has multiple talents.
I think, I think she's a drug mule. I'm going to be honest. I think she's a drug mule.
I mean, I cannot confirm nor deny.
Yeah. She was like, I got to get rid of this stuff. And then next thing you know, she's changing her toilet.
Hey,
So
with
I think
our
she
jobs,
flushed a bunch of cocaine. I think is what
with
happened.
our
Hi, Sammy.
jobs, with our jobs, the four of us can make a cartel. I mean,
That's true. That's true. Oh, Sammy says, wait, it's your mom's birthday? No, it's on Thursday.
On Thursday.
Don't be dumb.
well, happy early birthday, Mrs. McKinney.
Also, oh, hi, Donald. Oh, hi, Sammy. You still have your stupid Christmas presents here at my place.
What's up, Enrique?
I'm going to throw them
What's up,
away
brother?
soon. And also, I don't know if you got my message, but I didn't cancel my my Universal Pass in time, so I have till February 17th now. Go figure. Apparently, once you purchase a Universal Pass and you make payments monthly on it instead of buying it, they just roll you over and keep charging you until you go in and cancel it. I was like, oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Universal. Just in case I forgot that I wanted to pass. What? How's that work? Enrique's here. He says, hey, all. Sorry I missed last week's episode. Well, you better be, because we were pretty upset. I will say. We were pretty mad.
Donald wants to sue you because you missed last week's episode.
Actually, you should have received the paperwork in the mail or have been served, Enrique, so you might want to check your front porch for that. Or there might be a guy standing out there. Ha! Gotcha! Anyway, this is this is live. This is fun. There's no topic listed, of course, because why would I have done that? But what are we talking here, Kevin? What's the topic?
Well, what we're going to be talking about is the best treasure hunting movies, a topic suggested by your dear sweet mother.
That's right, my mother and my sister, actually.
Oh, your mother and sister.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
And in case you don't know who any of us are, let me quickly introduce to this crazy, young, handsome man with that beard and blue headset. He is from that bizarre state of Ohio, a great state. He is Bruce Campbell's #2 fan. He is DC Comics for life, and if you have a problem with it, he will pop you in the mouth. And if you talk trash about the Pittsburgh Steelers, he will choke you out.
That's true.
And he is one of the socially most lubricated men. He is the original Dog.
That was fast. They just came in hot on that one. Wow, that's shocking. That scared
The only
the
way you're
shit
going
out
to
of
get
me.
an audience is by using a recorded one. It's the only way you're going to get cheers from somebody.
Wow, that's rude. Those are not recorded. That's natural. That happens every week, and it sounds exactly the same.
Only you would. Like, I can imagine you like paying people to follow you around just to cheer you on.
I love that idea.
It's like,
That's a really good idea. You know, if I had the money, that would already have happened. I'm going to guarantee you that. Like, that would have already happened. I would have had my own entourage. I mean,
And
it seems natural.
next, that other man with the beard. He is originally from Michigan. He resides in that beautiful state of Texas. He is also one of the best and greatest Detroit Lions fans, and he expects a Super Bowl trip in 2 weeks. This man is one of the most learned men in the United States today. He is always huggable, always lovable. Please give it up and wish him a happy 2024. He is Professor Chris D. Turner.
The Lions.
Go Lions.
And last, but certainly not least,
You sure about that?
of course,
Oh, okay. Just
a fine, talented lady
We're gonna
from
fight
that
now.
beautiful pine tree state of Maine, a state that's produced fine people such as Anna Kendrick, Patrick Dempsey, and John Ford. She is an ink drawing artist. She is also does watercoloring. She loves
What kind of
Oscar
color?
Isaac.
What kind of color?
Watercoloring.
What
Watercoloring.
What was that? How do you say?
Watercoloring artist.
How do you say that? Water?
I don't know, my accent. I'm
Water?
sorry, man. Water.
We got
I'm-
watercoloring over here.
I'm from the Northeast, man.
Tracy gonna
I'm from
color
the
some water.
Northeast. I'm from the Northeast. Forgive me. She is the
You're not
empress
forgiven.
of Disney knowledge. She is tender, tranquil, tantalizing. She is Tracy Lou.
What did you do,
Is that the
of
Tracy?
sound of a
course-
toilet?
Wow, that's messed up.
Is that
And of
David?
course, I am your humble servant and podcaster, the Grand Master of the Jedi and Vulcan Arts, your Supreme Chancellor, Brother Kevin.
Oh, hey.
Now, I'm not sure how we're ranking these. I think I missed the memo on that.
Yeah, you missed the
Whatever it
memo.
is,
AKA, it was a very frantic day for me. A lot of why do I sound so loud now suddenly? A lot of issues with technology today. Like at my job, at my 9 to 5 job, nothing worked. Like I left early because I was like, there's literally like nothing's working. There's literally nothing here for me to do. I was like, I'm just gonna call it a day. So I just ended it, and then I come in to set this up, and like the internet's down, and like okay, so and I don't know. I remember like the East Coast in the Midwest is a little different. On the West Coast, for some reason, every time it rains, the internet is super spotty. So and then like every program may or may not work. It's the weirdest thing. Like I never used to have like rain delays on the internet in the Midwest because you would never get anything done if that was the case. But on the West Coast, for some reason, they can't get their shit together. And like this stuff never works when it rains. It's like the weirdest thing. Am
Better
I
internet,
wrong?
Like in Texas, if it rains, even one sprinkle, the power will go out.
One sprinkle?
One
Pretty
sprinkle.
much, it happens like all the time. Like let's be sitting here and I hear one sprinkle, like you just see everyone scurry like mice, and it's just like or cockroaches, like the roaches, like one blink drop, everyone just scurries. Everyone's like, all right, prepping for power going out.
Pretty much. So our list is a little different tonight. It's going to be different because Tracy and Kevin are going to be surprised by how we
Sure we
set
are.
this up.
All right, I'll explain how we ranked it. So
Sure.
we took all the movies on our list and we peed on them, and the ones that we hit first were that was how the order.
So
I mean, it
that's
sounds very logical.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a process. It's a very very strict process. We had to drink a lot of fluids, so we're definitely gonna have to make multiple trips to the bathroom, both Chris and I. Although I will say I just tripled my underwear, so I think I can just go, and it doesn't. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like I just
I don't think that's how it works.
really.
Yeah.
Hang on. That's good. We're good. Yeah, good so far.
Maybe you also need a new toilet.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
You should get that French. You get that French toilet. The
Oui.
No, it's the I forgot what it's called. I'll come back in a second.
Oh,
The one they have in Europe.
A
the
bidet?
bidet?
There we go,
Bidet?
bidet.
That's
There
not-
we
Which
go.
is
not
a
really a-
regular toilet with a sprayer. It's not like a different toilet.
No, some places will have a separate one. They'll have the regular
Mhm.
toilet, and then they'll have the bidet. Because
But you don't go to the bathroom to bidet though. It's not like a toilet.
Well, if you're gonna be spraying yourself, you might as well make sure you're clean after you're done.
right. Well, you got a hose in the backyard, Kevin?
Why, of course.
Just open your dirty cheeks and have somebody spray you. That's
There
all
you go.
gotta do. That's all you got
There
to do.
you go.
Problem solved.
Target
there.
practice.
Yeah, target practice. Anyway, wow, we're talking about a lot of butt stuff. That makes me think about pulling out.
Disturbing.
Hey, wow, that was great. There was a lot of my pull game is strong, guys. It's very strong. So I have a whole mess of books I pulled out over the weekend to read, and got through them relatively quickly. Unbeknownst to me, I started a sword and sorcery swashbuckler barbarian fantasy run here. That's basically all any of these are. So it was quite fascinating. I guess I was on a kick. But Sarah and the Royal Stars came out in 2019. It is from Vault Comics. It is basically about this girl that's getting these visions that she needs to go to this place and she needs to find this treasure of some sort, this like amulet or something, in order to free her people. Meanwhile, her people are being attacked by her uncle, who's trying to overtake their kingdom. So she abandons all of her people and then goes on this magical quest from this lady that she heard in her dreams. Sounds irresponsible to me. I give it a 5 just for that, you irresponsible bitch. 5. All right, next. Zorro, Man of the Dead. This is from Massive Comics. This just came out a couple weeks ago, I believe, if not 3 weeks ago. This is another Sean Gordon Murphy banger where he writes and draws. Fantastic artist, by the way. This is a weird one. They're celebrating Zorro Day. Their town is under strict rule by drug lords. A brother and sister are separated in the pandemonium that ensues when one of said drug lords slashes a character actor that's playing Zorro on the stage. Slashes his throat. Which is pretty terrible, if you ask me. It's just pretty terrible. But it happened, and the kids are separated. And for some reason, the brother doesn't speak at all until these drug lords come back. And they're older, and everybody's older. And the brother then decides, for some reason in his head, that he is Zorro. And then fights back. So it's kind of like a lot of like Man of La Mancha feel to it. So it's like Man of La Mancha meets the epicness of Zorro. I dug it. I didn't think it was fantastic, but I thought it was a solid start. So 6.5 on this one. Maybe a 7. Rogues is from Scout Europe. This is an interesting one. It is 2 rogues. Like basically a barbarian / rogue and a rogue. And they get a curse upon their souls. And in order to, from this witch, and in order to get the pieces of their souls back, they have to travel through periods of their time in their past and find these little treasure pieces that are glowing that are parts of their soul. So we get to see, basically it's a unique way to tell their past and how they met and everything. And I found it relatively charming. So I would give it about a 7.5 or an 8. It was fun. It seems like it's something that could stop at any time. So this could have been a one-shot, and I'd be absolutely fine with it, or it could continue on, and I would also be fine with it. So it's pretty solid from Scout Europe.
That one's pretty fitting for this week's episode.
It absolutely is. Bloodrick came out about a month and a half ago. Issue 2 has just arrived as of last week or the week before, I believe. Bloodrick is basically Primal, the animated series Primal. Only there's no dinosaur, it's just him. So it's interesting. It's solid. It's fun. Again, probably about a 7.5. So if you have a little extra cash, grab them. And another really good one was Unnatural Order. Now we're on issue 2 of that, which just came out recently. Unnatural Order is about basically a group of D&D rogues and and a mage and a barbarian and a scouts, anything and everything, and a bard, and it's a lot of fun. And it's about them trying to free their people, and it's a group of people trying to free their people. They band together, and they're trying to stop this this one person that could help free the land, but instead ended up kind of enslaving the land, and everybody fearing him. And he burns people alive, and he's doing it to sacrifice for his god, because he's kind of druid-esque, I guess, in nature. So it's a complicated story, but it's one that I feel like is definitely going to pay off. It's by Volt, and I would say this is probably one of the best ones out of the bunch. I highly recommend that. I give it about an 8.5 for Unnatural Order. So check that one out if you can. Definitely grab that one off your comic book rack. I believe We Can Be Heroes still has a few copies of the special Comic Con 2023 variant cover. I think they only made 50 or 100 of them in total. So you can grab that. I think they're like $20 a piece there. So grab one while you can, because this series is going to take off, I feel. And with that, I think I've successfully pulled out. Who likes hot sauce?
That was real quick.
Like
that was
you like hot sauce?
That was a really wet sounding fart. I think they need to get their prostate checked.
It's from the hot sauce, I think, is how that happened. I've got in my hand, I've got halves Trippy Pickle, and I've got halves Killer Pickle. And you see the difference here? Look at this one.
There's a new pickle one?
Yeah, look at that. We got Trippy, and Killer. Raw. Oh, no. But anyway, today is National Hot Sauce Day. So if you're on the East Coast, it's 11:15. You have 44 minutes to place your order. Go to halfshotsauce.com. Type in the coupon code Donald Hiccups. Save 10% off your order. And if you order before midnight, every order that's placed on Half's Hot Sauce website gets a free shaker bottle of his pickle seasoning, his spicy pickle seasoning, and it is good. I have it here. I use it on my eggs. It's delightful. Trust me. It's so good. You can sprinkle it on your vegetables, on pizza. Holy shit. That's banging. Put it on your pizza, guys. Highly recommend it. I travel with it. It's great. Get yourself a free shaker. Get yourself 10% off. halfshotsauce.com, guys. Go, go, go. Alex Benkita, I'm at work, but I'll say hi quick. Hello, Alex. It's been a minute. Good to see you, buddy. And Sammy says, Dear Lord. Okay. Well, yeah. She's just naturally that way. She's naturally that way. Naturally sassy.
Honestly, I thought we were interrupting her praying time.
Oh. We may be interrupting that. So let's do this. Let's get started, right, guys? Everybody want to get started? Everybody ready to rock and roll?
Let's do this.
Okay. So number 15. This is gonna be an interesting thing, I think, for everybody. Just basically because of like I said, half the people that are on don't know what we're doing as far as the rankings. They know what films we had in there. But we did add in a few others. So number 15 is a split. It is a twofer. And this one, I don't know how many people know this one. But let me pull this one up here. It's Bruce Willis. It's Danny Aiello. And it is, what is her name? Curly hair, very popular in the 80s and 90s. Shoot. Once I tell you the film, somebody will pop it up in the chat. But it's Hudson Hawk. So that is number 15 is Hudson Hawk. Where basically it's a treasure hunting film in which they are trying to find Leonardo da Vinci's device that turns things into gold. Yeah. And it's up to Hudson Hawk basically to stop them so they don't try to take over the world, make enough money to take over the world, basically. And has anybody seen this besides me?
No.
No,
I
but
seen
the actress,
preview.
you're thinking about is Andy McDowell.
Thank you, Andy McDowell. Yes. She's great. The idea of it is basically Hudson Hawk is an ex-con, and he's a thief. And he gets out of prison, and his friend Danny Aiello joins him, and they decide they're going to do another theft. They're going to steal something, right? And so they decide to steal something, and in doing so, they trigger two things. Andy McDowell, working for the church, the Catholic Church, and two other people that are working for themselves, and they all want him to steal for them these treasures from Leonardo da Vinci's past. And what has happened in the story is Leonardo da Vinci, in a bunch of things that he made, he hid pieces of this construct. And if you put these pieces together and you use it in one of his unfinished works, it creates a laser basically that turns whatever it's pointed to into gold. Or lead. I think it's lead. It turns anything that's lead into gold. And so that's the basic premise of it. And him and Danny have to navigate how to get out of this. Will they work with the church? Will they not? Will they work with these bad guys? Will they not? It's quirky. It's silly. But dang it, if it isn't a lot of fun, and I love this film. Already have. Let's see. We got a few comments here. Enrique says, yeah, I love Hudson Hawk. That's great. And Mom says, I love that movie. Big Sal says, did Donnie pull out already? Yeah, dude. I pulled out. Real good. Real good. Must have been quick, though, because I'm already done. Janet says, oh, Hudson Hawk is awesome. Bonnie says, hi, friends. So, hi, Bonnie. They do like to sing in that movie. They time their theft with songs. So, one of them was Swinging on a Star. So, it shows this whole scene of them stealing shit while slowly and quietly singing Swinging on a Star to themselves. It's really good. It's a really fun, comical, and charming film if you get a chance to watch it. It's very unique. It's really good. You all need to watch it, says Mom and Dad. So there we go. Says number 15. So number 15 is partnered with another film. And that is the film that is starring Michael Douglas. And it's very interesting. It's Michael Douglas and Evan Rachel Wood, actually, that are in this. It's called King of California. And it's all about Evan Rachel Wood, living on her own now. She's a young adult, and her father comes back into her life. He's very aloof, and everybody thought he was crazy. He comes back into her life with this cockamamie scheme that there's gold underneath the Costco. So this whole story revolves around him reconnecting with his daughter and her learning to trust him again, all while he's planning and scheming to break into a Costco, to break down through the floor to see if there's an underwater well where he can find this treasure that's buried under there. And will it happen? Won't it happen? That's the whole story. It's a very unique, charming dramedy that I found when I was working at ArcLight and absolutely fell in love with. So much so that I bought the film. So if you get a chance to watch it, this is King of California. And I'll put that in here. So we go Hudson Hawk and number 15, King of California. Guess what state it takes place in?
I'm gonna say
Golden-
California.
The Golden State.
There you go. That took you way too long, guys. Okay. All right, number 14. Number 14 is another shared one. Okay, because we just couldn't decide on some of these, and we came up with some at the last second. This one was Chris's idea, and I thought it was a banger. It is the Ernie Hudson starring, Tim Curry charmingly starring, Laura Linney starring, Bruce Campbell starring, Congo.
Where you are the endangered species.
Yes, exactly. Yes. I was so disappointed that there wasn't enough Bruce Campbell. I really wanted more. But if you watch the trailer, you would understand that wasn't going to happen anyway, really. So number 14 is Congo. Who else has seen this film, and what is it about it that you guys love so much?
I have seen it. I love like so. Let me start. I read the book after I saw Jurassic Park, and I was reading all of Crichton's books, and then I read Congo, and then I saw that Congo was coming out, and I got super geeked, and I was like, yes, this movie's awesome. This book is awesome, and I was very disappointed, based because I had the book in my mind. I had read the book before the movie, but that was when it first came out. I have since watched it, and I enjoy it a lot more now as an adult for some reason. I think it's just a fun movie, and it's definitely you definitely get that Michael Crichton feel to the story. And I think the cast is fantastic, and the monkeys looked pretty damn good for when it came out.
Yeah, not bad. I think they were all in costumes. Like even the other apes that were seen at some point, I believe, were all costumes. Amy, I believe, is the ape that they take with them. That's highly intelligent, and can communicate with humans via sign language, which I found to be very unique. It does hold up, but it does hold up in that we all know it's a person in a suit. Right? I mean, we all know.
Yeah.
It's pretty obvious, but it's still cool to see because you don't get that anymore. So it's nice that they did that. I think that they know now that oh no, that was a mistake. Like, what did we do? But I think at the time, if we went back and we see, if we saw the CGI that they would have had to do, it would not have been good anymore. So I think while unfortunately it didn't take off, and it wasn't a huge hit, probably because of that, part of that, it actually holds up better now than it would have if they would have done the special effects, I think. That's just my humble opinion.
Hi, Monica.
I mean, I've always been a fan of practical over digital, so...
Yeah, and Big Sal says it when he's like, "Stop eating my sesame cake." That's a great scene with Tim Curry in it eating this guy's sesame cake, and he's like, "Stop eating my sesame cake," and he puts it back down on the plate, sets it back down. It's great. It's a great scene. It's a lot of fun, guys. But yeah, that's Congo. That is number 14. Now that shares the spot with another film. Now this one, Chris and I felt that it deserved to be put on here. Not so much for the quality of the films, but the fact that it was a female-driven film, and very good in that aspect. That it showed that there's female treasure hunters, of course, and we're talking about Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and the first two Angelina Jolie starred in. Those are some big hits for her. I said hits, not big. I said big hits. So relax, everybody. Big hits for her. So Tomb Raider at 14. What did you guys think of this one?
I hated it, honestly.
Oh,
I like the second one more.
Well, now let me rephrase it. The movie's not bad. The movie's fun. The problem is it is nothing like the video game, and that's the issue. It's back before they figured out how to make good adaptations by video games by just, putting stuff from the video game in the movie. In the movie.
like
Isn't it
Resident
interesting? It's interesting.
Resident
now,
Evil's
right?
nothing like the game, Kevin.
Yeah, but Resident Evil, the first Resident Evil is really good. I will say, I really like that movie.
It's good, but it's nothing like the game. The only thing in common is the Umbrella Academy, or not Umbrella Academy, the Umbrella Corps. That's it.
They did a Walking Dead thing. The Walking Dead, I think, took from Resident Evil in that when she woke up, she was in a hospital. Wasn't that it? Was that it? Was she in a hospital, or was that something else? She woke up and she didn't know where she was, and then there was zombies or something. I can't.
Well, they did it in 28 Days Later. That happened.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they did it in
That's
28
true.
days later. You're right. Yeah. Big Sal says they were okay, but the games are better stories. So there we go. Sammy says, "Yeah, Donald, we wouldn't have thought that before you said it. I know whose mind is in the gutter." Yours, obviously, Sammy. I said big hits. Big hits.
First Mortal Kombat, Chris. Movie. That was pretty good.
It's campy, but I love it.
See,
It's bad.
It is bad, but I
But
love
it's a fun.
I love
It's a
it.
fun bad.
Yeah.
It's a fun bad. It's a fun bad.
It can be, yeah. The second one though is just bad.
God awful. Yes.
Yeah.
The newest one's the best one.
You know, that's true. That when it came out a couple years ago or 3 years ago, that was good.
It was all right.
I liked it.
It was all right. Let's see. Sammy says, as a first live action Laura, I really liked it, but I also loved Alicia Vikander.
Vikander.
What the fuck is that?
That's the
remember
new girl from the new Lara Croft.
Yeah,
she's
she's
done.
in another movie too that I can't think of.
They canceled
but-
that shit. Like she
Machina,
did-
Ex Machina.
Yeah.
They were gonna do another Tomb Raider with her, and then they canceled it. Like they were like, "Nah, we're scrapping it." So it's not happening. Just so you guys know. I'm sorry.
Plus, she's married to Michael Fassbender, if I recall.
Oh, Enrique says she woke up in the mansion shower, then Umbrella Corps shows up. That's it. Yeah. So she wakes up. Yeah. Okay. So some similar situation of waking up and then going, what? You know, zombies? You know? So don't go to sleep is the moral of the story. Because if you go to sleep and then you wake up, there could be zombies. So you just have to be careful. I think that's a good lesson. Okay, so that's going to take us to 13. Number 13 on the list. Oh, oodalati. Man, I love this one. We are talking about the canon banger of Alan Quartermain and the Lost City of Gold. That's right. We are talking about Richard Chamberlain. We are talking about Sharon Stone. And we are talking about Luke, I am your father. James Earl Jones, everybody. So, what a great
I've
film.
seen this movie.
No? Oh, Tracy, it's so good. It's basically okay. So they did the first Indiana Jones, and then Canon was like, we could do better on half the budget. Very ambitious. So they did Alan Quartermain. The first one was Alan Quartermain. What was it? It was Alan Quartermain and
The Lost Gold City or something like that.
No. That's the second one.
Oh, a second one.
I believe the first one is Alan Quartermain and I can't remember. There's cannibals involved and they're in a giant pot being cooked. It's so silly and ridiculous. And they knock over the pot.
King Solomon's Mine, was that
That's it, yes. And they start rolling in the pot and stuff. So that's the first one. The second one, I believe, is this one, The Lost City of Gold. If I recall, it goes in that order. And it's good. It's a lot of fun, Tracy. Canon would chuck out films left and right that wouldn't necessarily make it into the theater. But it would be a hoot. You know, you'd have a good time with it. So the basic premise is somebody goes missing. They're looking for the person and find out that person went looking for the Lost City of Gold. So now they get famed, fortune and glory hunter Alan Quartermain to help them on their journey to find the Lost City of Gold. And, geez, it's good. Like, it's hokey at times, yes. The budget, again, was about half or less of Raiders of the Lost Ark. Probably less than half. Probably a third of the budget. Or a fourth of the budget. Probably a fourth of the budget. A quarter of the budget sounds right for this. Now that I think more on it. But it's great. It's still great. I recommend it. Anybody else seen this? Chris, Kevin? Oh, you guys.
I did. It was like a long time ago.
It comes from my not movie days, like where I didn't get a chance to only watch movies that my family picked out. So I'm still getting caught up from movies from that era.
That's a shame.
I'll put it on my list.
And the Lost City of Gold. Wahaha. Okay, cool. So that was number 13, right? Yep. So number 12 is going to make Sammy very upset.
Uh-oh.
Number 12 is The Mummy. Why did The Mummy make number 12 on the list?
It's the one from 1999?
Yes.
Okay.
1999, Brendan Fraser.
I'm not a fan.
Really?
I mean, I enjoy it,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I
I'm a fan of Brendan Fraser. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I love the guy, but no, I think that The Mummy's just boring to me. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah. I've watched it
Wow.
a couple times, and each time I'm like, no, I think
Sammy's
I'm good. I don't think I need
Sammy's
to watch
upset
it
at
again.
you. She says, "How dare you?" She's
Wow.
upset at you.
Sorry,
I think she's
Sammy.
going to pull your hair or something.
I think so. There might be a fight.
Yeah, there might be
See-
a scratch fight or something.
And I hate the ride. I hate the ride as well.
Fuck off.
Oh my goodness!
That's
Oh my
all.
god, that
Then
ride.
now,
is
Sacrilege.
now
bad.
that's you've gone too
Sacrilege.
far, Tracy.
You've gone
now
too
you've
far,
gone
Tracy.
too far.
Mm-hmm.
Why
I
do you
don't
hate
like
the ride? Why?
velocity. I don't like the velocity of the ride. I'm a chicken. I'm a chicken, and I hate like thrills. I do not get off on adrenaline, and that ride is traumatizing.
I'm sorry that you feel that way, Tracy. The only thing I don't like about that ride is that it's too short.
Oh my
well,
god.
yeah,
Yeah.
I thought
Too long.
the ride was fun, but I think
Wow.
Indiana Jones is better.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
you're wrong.
Obviously.
100% incorrect. The Mummy ride is amazing, and it's even better with the fact that you can go on it usually multiple times. If you just go single rider, I think they still do that. Maybe they don't, but you can go like I went on it like 3 times in a row. I think 2 or 3 times. I think it was 3 times. It was amazing. It's
See, as
so
someone who's
fun.
only got the ride, who's only ever ridden roller coaster single rider, I agree.
Yeah, see? There we go. It's a lot of fun. It's great. I love the velocity, says Sammy. It's amazing. In fact, Kevin, no, the How Dare You was directed at Donald. Now, why am I in the middle of this?
Wow. Wow.
I guess putting it at 12.
Yeah, but you
That's just-
helped me.
Well, that's where the P landed. That's when it's when we hit it with the P.
I mean, I'm surprised that you guys rated it this low. 'Cause
Wow.
I'm in the
Oh.
minority. I'm in the minority of this.
But you hate
Well, I
it.
mean,
You
to be
hate it.
truthful,
And you're,
there was just other ones were better.
yeah, you hate it, but
In
you're
our opinion.
surprised at it not being higher up.
Because
you
everyone
like Rachel Weisz.
everyone else loves it so much that I'm in the minority.
What about Rachel
Mm.
Weisz?
Yeah, Rachel Weisz. She's fantastic. Daryl Hammond
alright.
is in this too. I think it's Daryl Hammond. Is it Daryl Hammond? What's his name? The British dude. Hammond, right? Hammond? Something
Let me see.
Hammond.
I know who you're talking about. I don't think his name though.
No, I don't know.
I don't think it's
I
Daryl
think
Hammond.
is SNL
I think
guy.
that's the
John,
SNL
you
guy.
talking
Yeah.
about John Hannah?
That's it.
John
yeah.
Hannah,
John
yeah.
Hannah. Thank you. Yeah. John Hannah. Yeah, he was a lot of fun too. And then the other guy that played his friend / turncoat enemy at the beginning and throughout the film, I can never remember his name. The
Think
actor.
about that guy who played Benny.
Yeah, the guy that played Benny.
Oh,
he's
that's
great.
my namesake, Kevin J. O'Connor.
How do you know that? What?
Hey man, I got to know all my fellow Kevins out there.
He was in the movie
industry.
Deep Horizon, or not Deep, not Deep Impact. What is it? Deep?
Deep Blue Sea?
No.
No, that's not a movie.
No.
The movie?
Deep. It was about the Argomononon or something like that. This ship.
Deep
And-
Rising? Is it Deep Rising?
Deep Rising. That's it. Thank you. Yeah, it was in Deep Rising, which is a great film. I love that film. That came out around the time that Titanic came out. It's just everybody went to the wrong film. They got confused, and they didn't go to the fun one. They went to the one with Leonardo DiCaprio instead. So that's why that one made a bunch of money. Because
And he also played Dr. Mindbender in that first G.I. Joe, that terrible first G.I. Joe.
Oh,
movie.
did he? Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't remember that. I don't remember that one existing. For the time, it was watchable, says JR. And Jesse Allen says, "Hey, all from Gracie and Jesse. Love the theme tonight." Oh, you hear that, Mom? They love the theme. This is my mom and my sister's idea, actually. JR says, "You have to remember, it came out when you had to see it at the theaters."
That is true. What's up, Jesse and Grace?
Yeah, that's true. Number 12 is The Mummy. You know what ranked above The Mummy, Sammy? Number 11. Number 11, Firewalker with Chuck Norris.
Oh, you're gonna piss some people off now.
With Chuck Norris and Louis Gossett Jr. Firewalker. The classic canon film of treasure hunting and fame, fortune, and glory. What a phenomenally fun film. I don't care. I love this movie. I've loved this since I was a kid. Treasure hunting at its best. This is definitely better than The Mummy. I would say, hands down, if they said, we're going to change the Mummy ride, sir, and we're going to call it the Firewalker. And it's going to have Chuck Norris, and occasionally he's going to jump out and karate chop you. And Louis Gossett Jr. is going to somehow end up behind you in the car when you're on it going through the ride. I'd be like, I'm all in. Is there like a Native American dude that can like kill you with one touch and he can pull your heart out? And they're like, yep. And I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Because that's what this has. This movie is so special in so many ways. It's just, it's Lewis, it's Chuck, it's the team up of a lifetime. The two of them going on a treasure hunt with this woman that is looking for, I think the treasure, I think it was that her father had been searching for, if I recall. Because it's been a minute since I've seen it, but it's fantastic.
And it has the Native American dude from Predator.
Yes, yeah, that guy. He's great in it too.
And
Sammy,
the Native American dude from Poltergeist 2.
Sammy says, "Why me?" My mom says that is such a good movie. Blasphemy, says Sammy. They wouldn't dare with the ride. And JR says, "Wow, I totally forgot about this one." See, dude, it's great. Firewalker, you gotta watch it. At least watch the trailer, guys. And just to let you all know, if you're on the East Coast or in the Midwest, possibly, it is getting close to time where you will no longer be able to get a free shaker of hot pickle seasoning from Half's Hot Sauce. So in order to get this free shaker, you have to go to halfshotsauce.com and order yourself a couple bottles of glorious hot sauce. Type in the coupon code Donald Hiccups and get 10% off your order. And for National Hot Sauce Day, before midnight, get a free shaker of the pickle hot powder. It's fantastic. So I
Donald,
recommend it. Yes.
Donald, the people could also get Splattered Frog Brewery, right? They could also get some good beer from the great state of Texas.
They
Am I
can
right?
get some amazing cozies, shirts, and hats. I don't know about the beer, but they can get some amazing cozy shirts and hats to represent a beer that they've never had. So I'm doing it. You guys should too. I would be wearing the hat, but I mangled it in the washer and dryer when I tried to clean it. So I don't have another one right now. It's out. It's RIP'd. That's what happened to it. So Firewalker. Okay. That was number 11. Now number 10. Number 10. I'm gonna let you guys take this one. I've seen this one once. I enjoyed it, but I actually really love the soundtrack more than anything. And that is "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" Okay. And what did you guys think of this movie? "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" at number 10.
It's all right. I'm not like a big Coen Brothers fan.
Oh no, Tracy.
I know. I'm so sorry. I am the minority opinion with a lot of things. I don't
All right.
like The Godfather Part 2.
Toss
I don't
her
like
out of
Citizen
this.
Kane. You know.
Why are you
Damn.
playing the contrarian today?
I'm so sorry. I know. I think here's the thing. I think I agree with Donald. The soundtrack I think is better than the movie itself. But
Okay.
you know, because that's fun. I feel like that the soundtrack is really fun. But I'm not a fan of the movie. And I don't know if it's because I don't like George Clooney. It's like one of those things
You don't
where
like
I
George
just can't-
Clooney?
Not really. I like him in
Wait.
Ocean's 11. That's the only thing I like him in.
Donald and I met him at the art play back in the day. He's a wonderful man. That man has charisma in person.
Yeah. He
I mean, and plus, I don't know. I feel like he's after the boys in the boat thing. I've like written him off now.
have you seen it?
So, no, I just feel like why do I need another story about?
I bet you'd
a
went and seen it if
a
it was the
white
girls in the
guy.
boat, wouldn't you? The girls in the boat.
Probably not.
You'd be first in line with your ticket in hand.
Because they had that Naiad movie, and I
Sexist.
didn't go see that either.
Sexist
Because
ass
like I don't need
bullshit.
another story about that.
I suppose you won't eat at the Smokehouse because George Clooney named his production company after it.
Oh, I love the Smokehouse.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and what's the best thing there?
The cheesy bread.
Yes, the cheesy bread. It's amazing. And you can
No,
dip
the
it.
beef stroganoff apparently.
Well, the meal-wise, it's the beef stroganoff, but the cheesy bread is probably the best thing there. I'm going to be
Yeah.
honest. Yeah.
The spinach is the worst.
the
The
cream spinach.
is the worst.
Ironically, that is a very highly touted appetizer or side dish that's mentioned in a lot of reviews for the Smokehouse.
Like positively?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, the bacon in it just is like makes
It's
me
a
want to
must. It's a must. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I guess I'll try
Ew.
that sometime. Sabrina says George Clooney tequila is meh. I also heard that tequila, that one of the, I think it was a Kardashian or something, came out with recently, is supposed to be pretty terrible also. So there's that.
All tequila is terrible, so that's
No, there's some good ones out there.
No, there's some good ones.
Yeah.
I'm not a tequila guy.
What is it about Oh Brother Where Art Thou that we liked, that you guys enjoyed so much, and why?
I love the music. I think the music is fantastic.
Okay.
I thought it's really funny. I think it's one of Coen Brothers' funnier movies. Really, really with the comedy and the dark comedy in this one. The cast is really good. I smile whenever I watch this movie. I don't know. But I think part of it may be the music that just like really wins me over every time I watch it.
The music. So
And
Tracy
a
and I were
constant
right.
sorrow.
That's the Soggy Bottom Boys, if I recall.
Yeah.
AKA you and Kevin on a Tuesday.
I see.
Don't know why. It's just the way it is.
Sure.
It's
Whatever you
just the
say,
way it
sure.
is. Yeah. Okay. So next on our list, number 9. Number 9. Who has seen this one? Come on, guys. Have you seen it? Anybody?
I
Came
can't
out-
see the picture.
Came out in 1950.
can't-
I know, it came out in 1950. No, it didn't. That's not it. There it is. God, why is that even on there? It is the Humphrey Bogart starring Treasure of Sierra Madre.
Oh, so good.
Oh, I was
So
worried.
good.
I was worried for a second, Tracy. I was worried.
It's so good. I mean, I just have to say that Humphrey Bogart, as he is becoming more and more and more unhinged as the movie goes along, is like one of the best parts.
Yeah.
Of the whole thing is his just the whole where he just goes mad basically.
They basically find a mine where they can they can extract gold from it. They found a place that they can get gold, and they're so worried. There's 3 of them, and they're so worried that the other person is going to like try to kill them in their sleep to get their share. Like that, everybody becomes super paranoid, and it just progressively gets worse as they get crazier and crazier throughout the film. You're right. It's good.
Yeah, I think it's one of Bogart's best movies just because he does so much like additional acting. He's not just doing a romantic lead. He's like
He has something
really
to work
going
with.
for it. It's really
You
good.
can tell. It's interesting with Bogart. You can tell as he's getting older, and B, as he's branching out, it seems like he's enjoying himself more, but also that he's acting better. Like some of his earlier things that he was in, and some of his more popular ones, even, I think he's terrible in. Like Sabrina?
You think he's phoning it in?
I can't stand that movie with him in it. He's terrible in that film. It's awful. It's an awful film, and he's awful in it. And I know that's an unpopular opinion, but he's terrible. He's as stiff as a board and awful, and he can't act for shit in that movie. But you put him in something like The African Queen, or this one, The Treasure of Sierra Madre, and when he has somebody to work with, somebody to bounce off with, and it's something outside of the box a little bit, I think he really savors it, and he shines.
Yeah,
And that's
I
important.
think he had really good chemistry with Walter Houston.
Yes.
I feel like they're together. Those two were the best. I mean, the other guy's great, but like the chemistry between those two, I think, is really fantastic.
That's Angelica and Danny's father, correct?
It's John Huston's dad.
Oh, so that's our grandpa.
Yeah,
Right?
I think so.
I think.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
yeah,
it be?
because John Huston wasn't that old when he made that movie.
Yeah. But it's a great film. If you get a chance to see it, The Treasure of Sierra Madre. Let's see. Sabrina says, "What? That's my namesake." Yeah, I know, Sabrina. Sorry. Sorry. You're not a terrible film. Unless you had Humphrey Bogart in you.
Gross. Why would you even go there, Donald?
You're a sick man, sir. You're a sick man. Sick man.
I'm so proud of myself with that one.
Are you? Are you?
That's really good.
Are you?
Ah, shit. Ooh, where's my award? All right, I'll take a bottle. Thank you. Oh, I want to thank the
Yeah.
Academy.
We'll give you a Razzie for that. How's that? We'll give you a
Yeah.
Razzie award.
I get a Razzie. I'll take
I'll give him
it.
a
I'll take it.
raspberry for it.
Ooh. Well. Shirt off or on? Let's see. Sabrina says that's my namesake. What about Casablanca? Not my jam.
I'm not a fan.
Not my
I like
jam.
King Mutiny. That's the one of his I really like.
I don't know if I've ever
Key
seen
Largo. Key Largo was great. I love Key Largo.
Key Largo's good.
African Queen is one of my favorites, says my mom. Sean McGeehan says, actually, Donald, Sabrina is a late era Bogart film. Yeah,
Mhm.
well, as I said, also, Sean, when it's outside of the box and he can really shine, it shows. But that's not outside of the box. That's another one of those romantic, nonsensical films that was part of that era. So I'm sure
Plus, he didn't like. I don't think he liked Audrey Hepburn either.
Oh,
I feel like there was. I think there was a whole thing.
That's
which made it
understandable.
even worse.
that's understandable. I can't stand her.
Oh my god.
She said
I love
some
her.
really nasty things about you. So I don't know why you're standing up for her.
I don't think she did.
Sorry. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you. And Sammy says, because he's Donald, of course he goes there. Jesus. Key Largo is great, says Kevin, who said it out loud already. JR says, if you softball it in there, he will take a swing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And then Sean McGeehan says The Big Sleep. Agreed that he was an odd casting choice for Sabrina. Yeah, definitely. So that was Treasure of Sierra Madre. Now we're going to follow that up with something a little lighter, I would say, right? If you had to hum it, Chris, how would it go?
I don't remember because I don't remember what the next
You
one is.
don't remember where it goes? Yep.
Oh, that's okay.
Might start a mystery. Rewrite history. DuckTales, the movie.
I said doo-doo.
Was it DuckTales, the movie Treasure of the Lost Lamp, right?
Yes.
Yeah, what a
That's
fantastic, fun movie.
And the
Iconic.
animation was really good.
It really was. Actually, I kind of want to watch this again.
I'm sure they have it on Disney Plus.
I'm
They
sure
better.
they probably do.
But you know what? I'll say this though. The DuckTales cartoon that came out.
Yeah.
The movie that ended the series was better.
Get out of here.
It was.
No.
Yeah.
Go home, Chris. You're drunk.
No, I'm serious.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't keep watching the show. I got a little bored with it, to be honest.
Well, the show got really good at the end. They introduced the multiverse basically.
Oh, no
Not
shit.
really the multiverse. They made it canon. Like Goofy came in, Mickey Mouse came in, and they introduced the gummy bears. They introduced Darkwing Duck.
Oh, no
The
shit.
Gummy bears.
Wow.
Yeah, gummy bears.
Were
like,
they
bringing
all
were
it
that-
they
back?
bouncing here and everywhere?
everywhere? Yeah.
Yeah. Heh.
Yeah.
Okay. Go figure.
And they introduced
We've all
what else?
aged ourselves.
They introduced all of those, all the DuckTales cartoons, all the characters they introduced into the last couple seasons, which is really cool.
Sean McGeehan says, check out Sahara, great World War II film where Bogart is a tank commander. Also has Lloyd Bridges and Dan Duria. No, it has Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson, if I recall.
Then maybe a remake.
Maybe it wasn't Kate. And it was.
You're thinking of Fool's Gold.
No.
Oh, you
I
think
think
No,
I
there's
missed
a
Sahara.
horror movie with him,
and
yeah.
Vanilla Sky, the young lady from Vanilla Sky.
Was it the Penelope Cruz?
Penelope Cruz? Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
She was in Sahara
Yes.
with
that
Humphrey
was her.
Bogart.
No, with the one with Matthew McConaughey.
Oh, okay. Got it. All right, I'm just picking the pieces here and putting them together. Okay. So, what did we like the best about the DuckTales movie, guys?
Well, DuckTales was one of my favorite cartoons growing up.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that there was a movie and that it was a really good story and that the animation was beautiful. I just loved it, and it's probably it competed against some of the best Disney animated films that were original, like Aladdin, Lion King, and that same kind of era of movies. for me anyway. And I think it was a good. I don't remember if it came after the show or if it came during it, but it was like it was a good companion to the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember
It
either,
was
to be
fun.
honest.
I think it was so well made. I feel like sometimes
Yeah.
Disney doesn't do its best,
They
but
definitely, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
but
they
this
did
one was one of their best.
they did some TLC for this one. They really
Mhm.
took their time and really like it was. They knew it was one of their babies and it was like a cash cow and they weren't going to milk that for everything they could.
Sammy,
Mhm.
by the way, what's your handle here on YouTube? I see petite. Is this French? Petite poussée américaine. American. Petite poussée américaine.
Donald, you're going to get us kicked off YouTube.
Am I? I don't know. She's the one writing it. If it's dirty, I don't know. She's writing it. All right, moving on from DuckTales, guys. We have number 7. Uh-oh, this is going to make Tracy very happy. Number 7, Tintin. Tintin.
Oh,
Why they didn't
Tintin.
make more of these? I know it was like not a huge financial success, right? But a lot of films get made and they're not huge financial successes, right?
Yes.
Like, but then they take off like eventually, and I felt like this had that possibility. The way
Yeah,
they
well-
animated it was something truly unique.
I mean, and there's a whole thing about the way that they animated it. It was very groundbreaking at the time, and it was one of Steven Spielberg's only animated movies that he's ever directed.
Mhm.
And you
and
do
I don't
Polar
know,
Express?
it's just so fun.
No.
No.
Oh, that was Zemeckis.
It
That's right.
seems like it. What? Yeah, it's one of those confusing. But no. And Tintin had a huge following in like French Canada and France and Europe, and so yeah, I'm surprised that nothing else came out of this. That this
Yeah, I
was
actually
it.
have a Tintin, a French Tintin poster sitting in my living room right now on the wall.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
very
just
cool.
fun. The little dogs, Snowy. There's an animal sidekick, and
Yeah.
no real high stakes.
Stellar
It's, like,
cast.
Way more fun.
There was I think there's like a scene, I want to say it's in a mine car, like a mining car scene, that was
Mhm.
truly spectacular. The way it was done with the effects and everything, and the animation, it looked so good, and it was so. I actually really, I think maybe this weekend I'm going to rewatch this film. I had such a fun time with this, and had forgotten about it actually. So I'm glad to bring it back into people's thoughts. Adventures of Tintin. And they go on a treasure hunt, basically. And it has produced and directed by Spielberg and produced by Peter Jackson, who was supposed to direct the second one. And they were taking turns, and it just never manifested. Now, unpopular opinion, but I believe that if Peter Jackson had directed the first one and Spielberg directed the second one, we might have seen a second one. Because I think Spielberg has more pull than Jackson does, even though Jackson has done phenomenal films. The timeline for Spielberg is longer and the success rate is higher. As far as like how many he's produced that have been hits and how many he's directed that have been hits. So I think there would have been more of an anticipation for the second one. So we probably would have seen a second one. I'm not saying the first one would have succeeded way more or way less, but I'm saying that there would have been anticipation for Spielberg's version. And I think Spielberg would have been able to push that through had he taken the back seat and done the directing on the second one.
Yeah. I mean, I have to agree with you. I mean, everyone knows I worship at the altar of Steven Spielberg. But yeah, I think Peter Jackson has a knack for like the fantastical, where Spielberg is more of a human interest kind of director. And so I think that might have hooked people as well a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're doing the guy that did the Lord of the Rings is doing the Tintin adventure. What? Right? Or the guy that did, Jaws and then followed that up with some lackluster stuff later in his career before he did Tintin. You know what ones.
We're gonna fight.
The one with the bear. Come on. With the little
What with
bear.
the bear?
Yeah, the one with the bear. There's one with the bear. Just relax. You'll think about it. You'll think about it. It'll come to you. I've had that username for years, says Sammy. The Frenchie gave it to me. Well, the Frenchie said, "Petite pussy American," and you were like, "Sure." JR says, "I don't know. They waited too long to make it." From when Tintin came out. If you're not from Europe, you probably don't know Tintin, JR. That's the thing. So they may have waited too long to make it, but also the fact that I don't think that a lot of people didn't know who Tintin was. So I felt like also could have been smart to like put out a little short film and piggybacked it on another one of their films, like maybe a little teaser of an upcoming Tintin tale. So people were like, oh, that's that short. Now they're making, to kind of introduce the characters. Maybe it would have been smart. Even if it was like animated, like hand-drawn or something, it could have been interesting to try.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had no idea who Tintin was till I saw the movie, and then I enjoyed the movie a lot, and so then I started like searching out Tintin, trying to find like some of the comics and stuff like that. But most of the ones I could find were in French. Luckily, I knew a little French, so I understand some of what was happening.
Okay, are we ready for number 6? This is telling you guys how hard we go on these. Number 6. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Curse of the Black Pearl. That is at number 6.
I shall abstain from the conversation.
Is another one you don't like?
I have never seen a single Pirates of the Caribbean film.
Oh, wow.
It's the only good one, so you're not missing out on much.
Incorrect.
I've never
I kind
seen
of
it.
agree.
Nope, you guys are wrong. The second one is fun on a bun.
Oh, I don't know about that.
The second one's great. I love the second one. And let me tell you, the 5th is also really good. So the first one, I would say probably, it's tough for me. I would say the first one, and then either the 5th or the second. I think the 5th and 2nd are kind of tied for me.
I think the first one is so good for me because I have good memories of it because of seeing it in the theater. Because I saw it with you, Donald.
Oh.
I think a big group of us went and saw it.
Did we all go?
You're the only one I remember being there, but
I was the only one that mattered.
Yeah. I think we held hands too.
We probably did. I got scared. That's what happens. I've replaced you, by the way, with Sal. Sal now.
See how it is.
Sal's now my movie watching buddy. We usually go on Tuesdays.
Well, next time you go to the movie, you can just like put your phone there, and you can like Skype me, and I'll just watch it.
Yeah.
Like, sir, put your phone away. But I bought him a ticket.
Yeah. He's got that's my seat. No, it's not. It's Chris's seat. Look, he's right there. See, here he is.
Here's the ticket.
Yeah. And you're holding it on your end. No, I have the ticket. They're like, you're a liar. It says "poo" sounds like truce, Donald. It means thumb in French. Oh, okay. Truce. Pouce. Pouce. Petite pouce American. Well, I don't think that's helping things there, buddy. I don't know. I could be wrong here.
Next week on Rumble Pop, we got canceled.
All right.
Episode called "Why We Got Canceled" on YouTube.
So, why did everybody love Pirates of the Caribbean so much? Besides the fact that it had Johnny Depp in it.
The sword fight on the water wheel.
That's the second.
Was it a water wheel?
Actually,
was that the second one?
Yeah, that was fun.
That is the second one, buddy.
There was a log? They did something on the first one that was really cool.
It's the second one with a water wheel.
They did something really cool in the first one.
Oh,
really
yeah,
cool.
There was this like seesaw thing that was going on, I think.
Yeah, just the fight scenes in general. I thought they were really good and really inventive and different than what we normally get, which is really I enjoyed. And it's when actually Johnny Depp actually cared about the character and actually you could actually see him trying.
Yeah. And Keira Knightley's in it. She's fantastic.
Zoe Saldana's in it too.
Big old
and then
crush on her
Legolas
back
is
the
in
day.
it. Legolas is fantastic. Fresh off the Lord of the Rings.
Keira Knightley was in my favorite movie, and she's very gorgeous in that movie, so I had a huge crush on her when that came out.
Star Wars Episode 1.
No,
Yep, she was in there
Yeah.
too.
but that's
true.
not what the movie I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Better
What
Like
about
Beckham.
Jeffrey
She was
Rush?
great in Better Like Beckham as a soccer.
Oh,
soccer
she's good,
player.
but I'm talking about Love Actually.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Oh, God, yes. Yeah. Boy, you missed the
Gorgeous
stage
movie.
play of that, Chris. It was so good. It's
Yeah.
phenomenal. It was such a good stage play. Perfect Christmas play to watch, too, around that holiday. Oh, it was so nice. It was such a nice evening. It was during the pandemic. Everybody had to wear masks. But the play was fantastic. Yeah. I hated the mask part, though. It hurt after a while. Like, you're in there for like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
And it's like just pulling on you. And I think it was a new mask too. So my ears at the end, I was like this, like coming out. They were all blooded and like running down my neck and shit. It's terrible. It's terrible. So that's Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay. Number 5. What's number 5? Anybody have a guess?
No.
Okay. Well,
Is that when you poop and pee at the same time?
no,
Or
they
is that a
actually. No, it's not. Jesus God. No. Sometimes I will call Kevin this. I will say, Kevin, you are a national treasure.
Oh, very
Whoa,
kind.
whoa. This is number 5?
That's number 5. yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I do not
Yeah.
agree with this at all.
Actually, would have been a
Why?
little lower, but we put it at 5 because Nick Cage.
Why would that make it number 5?
Because it's Nick
Nick Cage.
Cage. That's
Does
otherwise
that make it
probably
lower
been.
or
It would have
higher?
been like no. It would have been like a 10 if it wasn't for Nick Cage.
Right.
Oh,
It made it higher
wow.
because Nick Cage is in it. Being
Okay.
Nick Cage. It's a fun film. There's
That's
a
Sean
lot of
Bean in it.
stretching of ideas in there. But and Tracy, you and I were talking about this. They made that one season series on Disney Plus. It was actually a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun. It was, I mean, and I feel like it had, they left it open for the second season. And so
Mhm.
it makes me even more sad that they canceled it because
Well,
I feel like it
my-
was going in a really cool direction.
Yeah, I agree. My problem was also that even if they decided not to go in that direction, right? They could have a whole new cast in the second season, whole new story, everything, and then at the end of that, those characters from the first one show up, and then like there's this like, oh shit, and then they team up or something for like a third and final season. Like that's what I had
Yeah.
in my head. It was like if you don't like the way that it took, like the first season went down, change the narrative, flip the script, go with a completely different cast, completely different story, and then at the end flip it back so you satisfy the people that was like, I like the first season, I don't know why they changed it, and then you're like, oh, that's why, because now there's this connection. And then
Mhm.
the people that watched the second season was like, oh, I guess the first wasn't that bad then if it connected to the see, I should just write it, like they should just
They may actually
Right.
end up doing that. They may end up doing that with Percy Jackson.
Oh really?
Well, yeah, because
That's
there's like
terrible.
There's two spin-off book series, and they all connect at one point. So they may end up doing one series of Percy, one series of Chase Magnus, and one series of the third one,
Mm-hmm.
like for like in a row, and then like doing it that way through the out progress through the books, and then get to where they all team up.
Nick Cage is one of my father's favorite actors, by the way. That and Jack Nicholson, I think, are some of his
Oh,
two
he's one of my
favorites.
favorite actors too. He's like number 2 for me.
And Sammy says, I'm sorry, The Mummy was basically at the bottom. Nope. The Mummy actually was number 12 out of 15, so not at the bottom. We had 22 on the list, so the 7 got cut. They didn't even make the list. Like, cut right out of there. So, you're lucky it made the list at all.
Well, technically, only 5 got cut because we had 17 on the list.
Well, that's semantics. Semantics. So, what did we love about National Treasure besides the Nick Cage factor?
Sean Bean.
Everything.
Sean Bean as a villain. It's always good.
Oh yeah, Sean. Well, yeah, you're right. He is a great villain. Sean Bean's in it. He's a fantastic.
And I gotta
villain.
remember he died, right? He had to have because he dies in everything.
No, he
Pretty
didn't die.
No,
Oh, he didn't
went
die.
to jail.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he went to
Yeah,
jail
that's
where
right,
he
went
got
to jail.
killed.
That's right. That's right. They set him up where he got killed.
I love this movie. I love everything about this movie from the beginning to the end.
They
I love
did have-
everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so was it like the clues that you liked? Like, did you think the clues were pretty well done?
The
I
clues
think
are
what I
pretty well
really-
done.
Yeah, I like how it's like it was it was a little different because it was very much about like American history, and it was
Mhm.
like a treasure hunting movie for nerds,
That's right. That's right.
and so I
And then
really
you-
liked it because of that.
And then you have the grown-up version. There's another one like for nerds, but it's a grown-up version of that story.
Hey, Louis popped in. Thanks for joining, Louis. It's been a minute. He says, I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. Only Nick Cage can make that line work. He's probably not
Yep.
wrong.
I'm going to
Sean
Also-
McGean
it's
says,
also John Boyd.
steal the.
it's true. Sean McGean says,
Yeah.
oh, right. Poussey, or what was it? What did it sound like? Pousse? Yeah, pousse. So pousse equals flea. Poussey equals thumb, but they sound basically the same. But why are you called the little American flea, Sammy? Well, you lie down with dogs. You get fleas.
Catch fleas.
That's what he was saying.
Messed up.
He was like,
That's messed up.
you're basically,
I don't know
what is
why
it?
Sammy's like handle is the hottest topic tonight.
I know, right? It was like, okay, so all I can think of now is Aladdin, where they were like, you were born a street rat, you'll die a street rat, and only your fleas will mourn you. I always thought that was like a really harsh, like, criticism. You know what I mean? Like, that was mean.
Yeah.
Like, even
I mean,
for
it's
Disney
a harsh line for a
standards.
family film.
I think
Yeah.
Apu would have warned him.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that little monkey would have mourned the hell out of him. But go figure. You know, Disney going Disney. All right, so National Treasure. All right, so that puts us at number 4 on the list. Now, guess what number 4 is? She's going to lose her mind. Tracy's going to lose her mind. Number 4, Raiders of the Lost
Don't you
Ark.
say it. Oh my god. That's it. I'm leaving.
Yeah, number 4, Raiders of the Lost Ark. We took a lot of effort on this list, Chris and I.
Well, I feel like you made an effort to make me mad, I think is what you
No.
did.
Yeah, well, you didn't respond via text when I was trying to get somebody to help me come up with a list.
This is true.
So-
I didn't misread the text. It was more like I misinterpreted the text.
Mm,
So,
I see. Well, there you go. Number 4, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now, a lot of people will say, well, they were going after the Ark of the Covenant, and that's more of a religious thing. It's not so much as treasure. Well, if you define treasure as something that has purpose and power, or can create or emote power, a lot of religious artifacts can do that. The Ark of the Covenant is certainly one of those. But we all oftentimes forget about rest of the pieces of the film, and that's why this picture particularly showcases the fact that he is literally stealing treasure in the first scene in Indiana Jones. That's what he's doing. That he's there to take this idol. Now, he wants to put it in a museum, don't get me wrong, but he's taking it from its natural home, from where it's actually supposed to be, and moving it so it can be seen and shown and stuff like that. And so that's actually, and we get, what's his name? Doc Ock is in this, early Doc Ock is in this scene.
yeah.
Over
Which is,
Melina.
Yeah, Alfred Molina, which is actually
Yes.
really cool. And a lot of fun. Raiders of the Lost Ark defined an era. It took what Spielberg did with Jaws, and it turned it to 11, as far as I'm concerned. Jaws is a one-trick pony. You know, there's a shark in the water. Oh, yeah, okay. Indiana Jones was another level. And I would be remiss without saying that Lucas did, absolutely have something to do with Indiana Jones and the production of said film.
Yeah, it was his idea originally.
Yeah, him and Spielberg worked hand in hand in tandem, and they were a great team. They produced and put out a lot of great content, and this being one of them. So
Is that why the last two suck?
I didn't think the last one was bad.
The last
and
one,
the
they
and the
both
one
had
before
nothing to do
that,
with the last one.
and the last one wasn't. The one before that wasn't terrible. It was just the stupid swinging with the monkeys thing that we all hated so much. If you took that out, I think it would have been a much better film.
Also, Shia LaBeouf.
He was all right. A
Right,
moral
so-
thief, says David Phelps. Not quite stealing from the poor, though. Yeah, that's true. Tell us.
So my favorite Indiana Jones is not this one. It is, of course, is the third one,
Last
Oh, yeah,
Crusade.
Last Crusade. Yeah,
Last
me too.
Crusade, because
Me
of Sean
too.
Connery.
Yep. Yep.
But I do admit that this one is a better made movie. And that's why I picked this
I don't
one
know
to be on the
necessarily if
list.
it's a better made film. I think they're both
I don't know.
phenomenal.
They
I
are
like the
both
third
phenomenal,
one.
but I think it has a stronger story.
You
Yeah,
think the
I think
first
you're
one
right
does?
on that.
I don't know. We can agree to disagree on that one.
Yeah. But yeah, I do agree. It defined an era. It kicked off a incredible franchise.
And a TV show.
Hmm
Mhm.
That's right. Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yeah,
And there'd
Yeah,
be
yeah.
no Alan Quartermain without this movie.
that's true. Yeah, we would not have gotten Alan Quartermain. Although I think the character of Alan Quartermain existed well before
Yeah,
Indiana
well before.
Jones. Yeah, just in novel form, if I'm correct on that. But it's a great film, and it sits at number 4. Number 3, beating out Indiana Jones in the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Number 3 is, let's just do this here. Number 3 is Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah. It's amazing.
I mean,
That's right.
I have to say one thing to say why this is number 3.
Tim Curry?
Tim Curry as Captain Hook, or not Captain
Mhm.
Hook, as Captain
Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. Yeah, no, is
Yeah.
it Blackbeard?
Is it
I-
Black? Yeah. I
Long
think,
John
right?
Silver.
So,
Oh, John Silver.
that Long
Long John
John, I
Silver.
think.
Long John. Yeah.
Yeah, he kept going, you're going to get your wish. And then he would go, go, fish.
And then of course Muppets. Of
You
course,
ready?
like
Okay. Long John.
can't go wrong
Silver.
with anything Muppets. So it was probably
Theme
the
song.
last good, probably one of the last really good films that came out before they redid it, with Jason Segel.
Yeah. I love
Does it
this
mean-
movie.
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's not
because the
much-
original one that Disney did is like hot trash, but this
Well,
one
they
is
did a lot because they did the movie, then they also did the Treasure Island, or Treasure Planet.
well, Treasure
Yeah.
Planet was a totally different thing. But
Yeah.
no,
Right,
I'm referring
but-
to Treasure Island.
But also Treasure Planet was really good. Treasure Island, the original
It's
came
very
out in
good.
1950. The original Treasure Island.
Mhm.
And let's not forget also another great one that I would be remiss if I didn't say that kind of falls within this wheelhouse was Disney's Blackbeard's Ghost.
Oh my God, we're gonna fight.
Another good
You
one
didn't
is
like
the
Blackbeard's Ghost?
You should listen to the episode.
Oh yeah, that was before I started listening to you. Well, I
I
stopped.
feel like Megan and I just tore it apart.
There's also a porn version
have
of Treasure
it,
Island that's
Tracy.
really good.
What?
I have it on DVD. You want to borrow it? Blackbeard's
No,
Ghost. I'm not
definitely not.
joking. I do have it. It's
Oh,
fantastic, and I
I
own it.
believe you.
You
You
tell
have,
your
like,
sister.
what,
You tell the
Condor
murderer
Man?
of fun that she's ruined one more thing.
Yes, Kevin, that is correct. And let me tell you, the treasure that Long John Silver is looking for is not a treasure, but it's on a woman's body.
Well, but I thought gold was one of the most precious things out there.
No, this is more precious.
My God. I wonder what that could be.
Try not to get us double canceled, so I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Okay.
Tell me off air. Tell me off air, sir.
Yeah, tell them off air. Okay, moving on to number 2. Oh, okay. If you don't like this one, we're not talking. This came out in 1984. We have another Michael Douglas film, this time starring Kathleen Turner and Danny DeVito.
Wall Street?
This one is
joking.
Romancing the Stone. One of my favorite films of all time. Just happens to be a treasure hunting romantic comedy.
when
I love
first-
this so much.
When I first saw this movie, I literally, because I'm an idiot, thought it was about a man that romances a stone.
Yeah, you're pretty dumb.
And I was like, I gotta see this movie. And then I was like, oh, it's not that, but it's still awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I will watch this movie any place, anytime. I love this film. For 1 year, for one of my birthday gifts, I think it was Matt Gamera actually bought me and him a ticket to go see it because I can't remember if he hadn't seen it yet or it'd been forever, and he knew how much I loved it, so he got us tickets, which was really cool. Because seeing it on the big screen is a whole nother feeling than watching it intimately on your TV back home, you know. And it deserved to be seen on the big screen, I'm going to say. They followed it up with a clunker, Jewel of the Nile. Not a good film. Not. You want to love it, but no. Just ending it after the first one would have been the right thing to do, but they thought money and put out a second one without a good enough story, unfortunately, and it just kind of fell on its face. And we never got a third. But the fact that we have this one, this, for lack of a better word, national treasure of a movie, we are all truly blessed to have this movie in our lives, and we should be thankful. Basically, the premise of it is Kathleen Turner's sister is in Colombia, and she gets kidnapped. And they send her a ransom letter. And they said, we need whatever your sister, I believe it was your sister, sent you. We need that or we're going to kill your sister. And she's like, oh my God. And this package comes in the mail to Kathleen Turner, who's a romance novelist, by the way. Comes to her and she's like, oh my God. So she goes to go to Colombia, I believe, to Cartagena, but gets on the wrong bus and ends up someplace else. And because somebody tells her it's a different bus, like this bad guy that wants to get, I think it's like microfilm or something, get what's in this envelope, so he can be in power there in that country. So she gets on the wrong bus and ends up that the bus, no other way of mincing it, is gets crashed and stranded due to her the way she acted on the bus. Gets crashed and they get stranded up in the mountains in the rainforest, I guess you could say, where we run into Jack, played by Michael Douglas, who is hunting for rare and exotic birds, illegally, by the way, for rare and exotic birds, not to kill, but to sell. And she says, I need help. Can you help me? He says, if you pay me. So she pays him to take her to Cartagena so she can rescue her sister. And, of course, adventures come along the way, including a giant mudslide that they fall down into, and being on the run from the cartel down there. And Danny DeVito's in there also, and he plays one of the kidnappers that's following them around to make sure they get to the location so he can get his money. So it's a lot of fun. It's a fantastic film, and along the way they figure out that it's not microfilm at all, that it's a map to a treasure for glorious riches. And so they decide to go for the treasure. So instead of giving them the map, they can parlay with the treasure and maybe get a little more out of it, possibly. So I hope I gave it some justice with the explanation. It's just randomly in my head in different pieces. So it's much better than how I described it, of course. So definitely check it out if you have not. Let's see. Big Sean's here. Hey, how you doing, Big Sean? He says, I would have put The Mummy higher. I'm assuming the 1999 one, as well as Firewalker, my personal favorite Chuck Norris film. Oh, buddy. It's my favorite, too. Kelly's Heroes would be good. Would also be a good choice. Yeah, there was a Jeep in the road. Yeah, that's right. Well, the guy wasn't looking, though. And because she distracted them on the bus, when he turned back around, he saw the Jeep and then crashed the bus into the Jeep. But the Jeep was not quite in the road. It was off to the side a little bit, I thought. Sabrina says, love Romancing the Stone. Okay, I say, Uncle, run the screen through my head, and you were right about her on the bus, LOL. Ruined. Oh. Got it, Mom. All right, and so that's number 2. That was Romancing the Stone. Now, can anybody guess what number 1 is? Anybody in the chat right now?
I mean,
Anybody
it's
in
the
the
one
chat?
we haven't mentioned. So I'm assuming it's the Goonies.
I think you're right.
Sure about that?
I think
Yeah.
she's right. Number one with a bullet. I don't think that there is, and as much as I love Romancing the Stone, I don't think there's a better treasure hunting film out there that's been made since
Hey, you guys.
than The Goonies. Now, Ohana, I believe, was the name of it that came on Netflix. They did try their best to emulate that, the Hawaiian spirit with The Goonies. They even put the guy that played Data in the film, to give it that genuine feel. But it still doesn't capture that childhood charm of a small town with kids on a quest to save their neighborhood, by hook or by crook. It's going to happen. And they just fall into this giant ass adventure. Richard Donner, one of his best. They did a couple reunions during the pandemic, like virtual reunions and stuff online, which
on
is
Zoom.
one of the charms, I think, of the pandemic that we're all going to miss, and probably one of the very few things we're going to miss, is the fact that we did get all of these digital reunions and stuff because everybody wasn't doing anything, so they had time. They were like, yeah, I'll get together. Yeah, I'll be on. Me and 7 other people that have 7 different lives will be on for you at the same time. So it was truly something magical. And it's a spectacular film. I don't know if we need to describe it, but if we would describe it, it's just a bunch of kids, like I said, trying to save the Goondocks, I think. I think that's what they called it. And this was in the Portland, Oregon area, where they were trying to save
Astoria, wasn't it?
Astoria. Yeah, Astoria. I'm sorry, Astoria, Oregon, where they were trying to save their neighborhood and found a story about buried treasure in a map. Found the map, found the key to it, all in his Mikey's dad's attic, where he stored a lot of the things because he worked at the museum, the local museum in town. Why some of that stuff was stored in there, I don't know. Maybe Dad was stealing shit. We don't know that. But the fact that they stumbled across that and they decided to go on this adventure is truly spectacular. And how we run into the 2 girls, Steph and what's her name? I'm the best at names, by the way. And then Bran comes along for the ride, literally. It's truly a special film. And one that I still think if you mention it to this day, there's not many people that don't know who the Goonies are. And David so eloquently puts it, never
it's
say
Andy.
die.
It's Andy.
Andy. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. It's Steph and Andy, right? Or is it Samantha and Andy?
Steph and Andy.
Steph, yeah. Let's see. Mom says, yep, can get you into trouble. You got it, son. Yeah. This is that, and I'll say it again because I probably said it before, but this is the film that I actually did get in trouble at home because my parents started watching it, and it was like at 10 o'clock at night. And I was younger, and I had a bedtime. And but they look, to be fair, it's a little unfair to start a childhood adventure film at like 10 o'clock at night and not expect your young son to not try to sneak back down the stairs and crawl into the living room off to the side so they can't see you and watch it for at least a little bit until you figure out I'm there. I mean, that's on you guys. That's not my fault. That's on you guys. Like, this movie deserved me trying to sneak back in and watching it. Like, it deserved it. Like, to this day, like, Chunk's one of my favorite characters of all time. When he starts, like, they're going to blend his fingers, and they're like, spill it, tell us everything, spill your guts. And he just starts crying and telling them his whole life story and everything he's done bad. It is amazing. Truly amazing.
When he's talking about the vomit.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
threw it over the side.
I puked in my jacket, and then I got up on the balcony, and I went, and then this is horrible. Everybody, they started puking up on each other. It's so stupid.
He's like the best. He's like the best character in that whole movie.
Yep.
And I think this movie makes it so we have a 3-way tie for people in the most treasure hunting movies in our list.
Who's in this one?
The Asian kid.
High Kwan.
What else was he in?
Was in Indiana Jones, right?
Temple of Doom.
Oh,
Well, I guess
Temple
not
of Doom.
on the list, but
Yeah.
Close enough.
well,
But then we
guess
also
not.
had Tim Curry. We had Tim Curry that was in 2, and Michael Douglas that was in 2.
That's true. Tim Curry and Michael Douglas were in 2. Josh Brolin's first movie role. Was it really? He did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Sean
It was him
McGinn says,
and Sean Astin.
oh, no shit.
Yeah, both of their first
Yeah.
movie.
So many better options for top picks. Time Bandits. No, sorry. That's not a better option. Three Kings.
Definitely not.
No, not.
Never
a
seen
better
that one, so
option.
I can't say.
It's like the Iraq War, like in there
Eh.
trying to steal stuff. Now, that's not.
Yeah, I'm not a war movie fan.
And The Man Who Would Be King. I don't know that one, so I couldn't say. To that one. But Three Kings. We had it. It's on our list of 22. But Time Bandits we did not put on there. That's a little. That's an eclectic taste, I'm going to say. Like, I've seen Time Bandits multiple times, and I enjoy it, but I definitely can see how people could be weirded out by it.
I've
Just
seen it
like The
multiple
Adventures
times
of
too
Baron
because
Munchausen.
I've seen it multiple times because it took me multiple times to get through it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, to each his own on that one. Little
I enjoyed
Dog,
it, but it
Rebel,
was
yeah,
a little slow.
Louis De Los Santos says, hello, Mr. Kevin and Don the Man. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Sub Oscar Louis.
It's good to see you, dude. It's good to see you on here. And then Big Sean says, The Goonies is great fun. I went to a special screening recently, but Time Bandits is an amazing and highly more inventive film. Disagree. Sorry. And David Phelps. You ever notice how it's just two people named Sean that just like pat each other on the back the whole show? Right? They're like, oh, that's an excellent choice, Sean. Yeah, Sean. I think there's only one Sean. And he created another account.
No, don't say that. I know both Seans. They're two separate
I don't
people.
know. I don't know, Kevin. Have they been in the same space at the same time?
As a matter of fact, yes, they have.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Was there a mirror that was brought in and you just got
No.
confused?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Big Sean's like, pardon me, I got all these props I have to set down here. And then he turns around and he's got on like a I don't know, like a clown costume. I could see that. I could see Big Sean as a clown, dressed as a clown. I think he'd make a good clown. Yeah, Chuckles. David says, and now Chunk is an attorney in real life. Yeah, and he got what's his name? I'm never going to remember his real name. Got Data the
Ki
job.
Hai Kwan.
What?
Ki Hai Kwan.
Key?
Ki Hai Kwan.
I'm just going to go with Key. Is that okay? Key?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Vietnamese gentlemen.
Sean McGinn says, Sean and Sean people have great taste. Yeah. We are the Seans of America. Fair enough. But that's it, guys. That's it. That's our whole thing. That's all of it. That's the ranking the treasure hunting films. This idea was brought forth by my mother and my sister. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Steph, for that. Appreciate it, guys. Kevin, let's tell them what next week is. What's next week?
Next week is going to be a special since it's been 40 years. 1984. We're going to discuss movies from 1984 because that was a absolute phenomenal year for movies. So many movies came out that year. It's going to be a lot of fun talking about it.
You're going to be surprised. I think you're going to be surprised by how many amazing films came out in 1984. So
Ridiculous.
we're just talking about 1984, just that year, 1984, not the whole 80s. We're just talking 1984 films, just films, not even television, just 1984
Just movies.
films. Right.
Well, the movie
Kevin and I and
1984
Chris,
being that?
well, actually, Kevin
Well,
and I
yeah,
were
it would be
5,
because
I
it
think,
came
at
out
the
in
time.
84. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot of excellent films that came out in 84. So we're going to be so happy to discuss these with you. I don't know if we're going to be ranking them or just discussing them in general. I think we'll probably just be discussing the greatness that is 1984 films. So that way we don't make the Seans mad. Because it'll be like,
Absolutely.
this one this obscure film from 1984 that played in theaters for 1 week should have been number 1.
Don't insult Blood Simple, sir.
Blood simple. Oh yeah, that's true. Good point. Yep. Very good point, Kevin. All right. Well, geez, thank you so much, guys, for being on. We appreciate you all. It's been a great time. Next week we're going to be doing the year that defined the 80s and film in general, 1984. We will be discussing. So not
That was
the
the
movie
year I learned how to use the
1984.
toilet.
Are you serious?
That
Wow.
was 3.
What took you so long?
I thought you were 10. You told me you
I'm
were
a
10.
little slow.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Is a film. Sean McGee, my top pick for 1984 is the film 1984. I knew it. That guy. All right, guys. Thank you for joining in. We appreciate you all very much. Please, for those of you still on the West Coast, the East Coast and the Midwest, you done fucked up. But if you're on the West Coast, I believe it may still count. So get in your orders for half hot sauce for National Hot Sauce Day. And if you order, you get a free shaker of powderized spicy pickle powder that you can put all over everything. It's delicious. I have this. I carry it with me. It's excellent. Try it out. Coupon code Donald Hiccups for 10% off your order. National Hot Sauce Day today, guys. Woohoo! Thank you so much for being on. We appreciate you. And if you guys happen to be feeling thirsty, perhaps you should
have a cherished, prized, valuable, but sometimes expensive Rumble Pop.